So years ago, when my sisters and I were about 12 or 13, maybe even 14 years old, we were at our big sister's apartment complex, and we wanted to learn how to swim. And we wanted to swim in the deep end, but we didn't know how to. And so I took one of my sisters and I took her to the other side of the deep end. It was like 8-9 feet deep. And I just told her, I was like, let's just do it. Let's just learn how to swim. Let's just jump in. If we die, we die. But let's just try. Let's just try and do it. Let's jump in. Let's go all in. Let's just try. So my sister and I, we did it. We were terrified, but we did it, and we survived, obviously, because I'm talking to y'all right now. But there's a story in the Bible where someone uses that phrase as well. If I die, I die. They kind of use that phrase just in other words. In the NIV version, Esther says, if I perish, I perish. The reason why Esther was saying these words is because her people, the Jews, were under attack. One of her relatives asked her, hey, Esther, I need you to talk to the king. You're his queen. You're in the royal house right now. You're in a royal position. I need you to go in, ask him to save the Jews. Esther was like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm only allowed to see the king if he calls me, if he summons me. Esther also said that she has not seen the king for 30 days because the king has not summoned her for 30 days. And if she was to see the king without being called by him, her consequence would have been death. So Esther seen the situation as a hopeless one. The king hadn't reached out to her for a while, so she didn't think that he was going to do it anytime soon. And also, if she was to go on her own, she was thinking that she would die. But after she was told, what if you were chosen to be queen at this time, for such a time as this? Your people are getting ready to die, yet you have been chosen to be queen. What if the reason you were chosen to be queen is to save your people? After that, Esther decided to have courage. She decided to go forth and approach the king. She said, if I must perish, I perish. If I die, I die. Esther went all in by sacrificing her life for the betterment of others. In Genesis chapter 43, Israel had to do something similar. He had to sacrifice. See, his family was in a famine and they needed food. But the only way that they were going to receive food was if one specific brother went with them to Egypt. The person, which was Joseph, who was in control of giving out the food and things like that during this famine, said that the only way that they could receive more food is if one of their brothers, a specific brother, came with them back to Egypt. Y'all, Israel did not want to let Benjamin go. He didn't want to let Benjamin go because he already lost a son. He lost his son Joseph. And if you read the story of Joseph, you'll know that Israel loved Joseph so much. He favored Joseph over his other brothers. So Israel didn't want to lose another son that he greatly favored. But he thought of the betterment of his family. He said, if I'm bereaved, I'm bereaved. Or in other words, if I must lose more children, I lose them. Y'all, think about the courage that Israel and Esther had. Esther sacrificed her life and Israel sacrificed his son, all for the betterment of others. And Jesus even did the same. He sacrificed his life for the betterment of others. He was obedient by dying on the cross for the betterment of others. That took a ton of courage to die for the whole world, yet some people don't even care about you. Sometimes in life, you're going to have to sacrifice something you love or value for the betterment of others and for the kingdom of God. And when you think about sacrificing, it's hard. Nothing is easy about sacrificing. It says that in the Bible that Jesus did not want to take a sip from that cup. He did not want to go through all that pain. Israel didn't want to lose another son, and Esther did not want to lose her life. But they still had courage, and they still went forth because they were thinking about others. They were thinking about helping others. They were thinking about the kingdom of God. They were thinking about their family. They were thinking about their friends. God was thinking about his children. They had courage and still did what they needed to do. And the Bible commands us to have courage as well. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, be strong and courageous. Joshua 1:9 says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. 2 Chronicles 15:7 says, but you take courage. I feel this deep within my heart right now. We have to be courageous. We have to do the things that's going to hurt. We have to just go for it. We have to sacrifice, even if it means sacrificing something that we love or value. We have to think about the betterment of others. We have to think about advancing the kingdom of God. We have to think about our friends and family members who aren't saved. We have to think about the sisters and brothers that we haven't even met yet and they don't even know God. But that's enough to know. The fact that we know that there are people all around this world right now who don't know God should be enough information for us to have courage, to go forth, to do whatever the Lord is telling us to do. to walk in our calling, to go all in, to take the risk, to say, if I die, I die. If I must perish, I perish. If I'm bereaved, I'm bereaved. If I gotta lose another child, I lose another child. If I lose some friends, I lose some friends. We need to take the risk, sacrifice whatever needs to be sacrificed, and have courage. Whatever God has opened up your eyes to see as a need in this world for others, or whatever calling He's given you, have courage. I see in this world that there are a lot of girls and women who don't know God, and my heart is broken. It's absolutely broken. Making these YouTube videos aren't easy every week. They're not easy, but I'm doing it. I'm going for it. I know that God is with me. I know that He's my strength. He's told me to have courage, so I'm depending on Him. And I'm walking by faith, but I'm thinking about the betterment of others more. I'm thinking about God's kingdom. I'm thinking about pleasing my Father in heaven. I'm thinking about putting a smile on Jesus' face, because that's what matters most to me. I'm not trying to live in fear, and I encourage you to not live in fear as well. Have courage, have courage, have courage. I love y'all. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with another person to encourage them. Again, if you have not subscribed, I encourage you to do so if you enjoy content like this and you'd like to receive more like this. I hope you all have a super blessed day and a super awesome week. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!